Rise and shine, it's service time. So I just met with a student who I spoke with yesterday, and he wanted to get the books then, but my Square's not working at the moment. Got to get that fixed, and he didn't have any Venmo, so we still came in another time and he took pictures of him and was all bummed out. But then it turned out he's from Canada. I'm like, oh, I've got a whole bunch of dollars in Canada coins. Maybe I could meet up tomorrow and I could give you my $4 in Canada coins, and you could give me a 20 in paper money, because paper money can be changed at the bank. Anyways, we figured out something where basically he could pay me about $15 for the books to cover full costs and all that. In Canada currency. So we met up today and he gave me Canada currency. I'm gonna get that fixed away. But anyways, it was a nice start to the day in that part. But also I've just been appreciating friendship and Krishna consciousness. Again, this service, it's really one of those services where we need to keep in touch with other devotees to stay fired up. I just had a buddy of mine, Krishna Bhagavan, get a hold of me, say, how you doing, man? I'm like, dude, aside from this one person taking these books, it's kind of a rough time. Because in the material world, we think, okay, you can do things 2 + 2 = 4. So you get out so many books in this much time, then if you do extra time, okay, 2 + 2 = 4. You just double the regular amount of books. But it's different like that in devotional service. It's just up to Krishna. We can do a whole bunch of books in 6 hours, then go out regularly for 10 hours, and just learn a lot of humbling lessons that we are not the doer. And Krishna is going to let the books go out as he pleases. And part of it is just continue the service and having patience, like chanting our japa. It's not that, okay, we're chanting japa today and chant 64 rounds every day for a week and Krishna's going to show up in front of us. It's part of that patience. Okay, we're going to chant 16 rounds every day and keep on going, and some days will be easy chant rounds and some days not. We have patience that eventually Krishna will reveal himself to us. That's kind of what's going on right now, but it's very nice to have friends who call me up out of the blue and say, how you doing? It's really important that we do that for our devotee friends, is check in on each other. Off we go. So realization from the past 5 minutes. Don't act miserable when other people are acting miserable. What I mean by that, classic, body language thing we learn is try to emulate people's body behavior, get in their levels, someone you talk in their accent, people, you try and emulate people's behaviors, try and strike a chord with them. So oftentimes, especially when I've come back to downtown Seattle, took the light rail here, people aren't so cheerful. So I'm bouncing around from one person to the next, but all cheerful. And I just talked to this one dude, I'm doing face palms. If I had just been a bit more cheerful, I think you would have taken the book. But he asked me how I was doing. I was like, so. And I was thinking, let me act a bit more like everybody else. Maybe someone miserable, they'll be more familiar with it, be more interested. But I think it turned him off. So there's one exception to the rule related to someone's behavior. If you're a book distributor, don't act miserable like everybody else. Stay cheerful. Okay, back to work. That was a blast. He didn't hold the books up, but it took a hardback sewn binding Bhagavad Gita as is, and a hardback sewn binding Rajavidya. And at first he was looking really tickled. I approached him I wasn't thinking to take a book at all. I was like, I'm just gonna basically have a cheerful impression, that's the best. But he took both books and he was very generous. This is how we do it. I would just think a half hour ago, man, this is brutal. No one's taking books. I remember my buddy Scott, he said, I read something he wrote where he was basically reflecting, why in the hell didn't anyone give me a Krishna book sooner? And I'm like, whoever got that book to him was probably having a day man, can't believe I'm here, but they kept on going. So we keep on going just to find that one very positive person. The funny thing is, even when you approach that person, chances are, oftentimes I don't think when someone's going to take a book, I don't think when I first start talking they're going to take a book. I'm thinking they're going to give me another nay. But then they're really enthusiastic. The service is blissful. Man, slow and steady wins the race. It's starting to get grueling. You got 3 hours left to put in here, and the mind's starting to be like, man, I want a break, or man, I want to go home. Dude, tell myself, you're 4 days in, you got to keep on going. Just finding what helps is to see the bigger picture, the small picture. It's man, it's so grueling, so hard, but it's the bigger picture. Okay, there's so many of us out here doing book distribution, and every single person has to man their post. Just like if you want to make an avalanche, all the little snowflakes got to get together and go, okay, we're going to roll down the hill together now. And each snowflake's, man, dude, this is so hard, so much work to go down the hill, and this ain't going to make a difference, and oh my gosh, but every single snowflake has just, okay, I've got my specific duty. I'll let Krishna know about the bigger picture and the avalanche happens. So in the same way, gets grueling, just say, okay, I'm gonna do my specific duty, keep on plugging in, filling out the timesheet of service, so to speak, and let Krishna know about the bigger picture, and Krishna will take care. Off we go. 3 more hours to put in tonight. All right, Krishna. Wow, I am not even kidding. Talk about Krishna providing. We don't know where Krishna's going to provide, but Krishna's going to provide when he wants to provide. Just make sure the books go out. I had these 2 people just come up to me like, again, just the homeless people. Like, one of them's lost half of his teeth on drugs. The other one's like, you don't mind if I pack my pipe while you're talking? I'm like, yeah, no, totally fine. I'm talking to him, I show him the 2 Raja Vidyas. And the first guy's like, yeah, I don't have any money, I can't do it. And the second guy's, well, can you break a big bill? And he's a 20. He's like, can you just keep 5? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, well, actually, I've only got 2. I can only break it into a 10. He's like, that's totally fine. It's just so we don't know. We have to approach everybody. And the point is to do it like Prabhupada told us, with that sweetness. So even if someone isn't interested, or say like, one of those cases, like, sometimes we do have people who are, not able to take books. Like, dude, I'm homeless, I can't take a book. But we approach them in such a way that we don't make people feel excluded or rude. We learn how to learn that art of approaching everybody in a way they feel that they're being respected, genuinely, to have respect for them, and also they're having the opportunity to, okay, just take these books and just help us with the cost of printing, and we have to be very genuine. Sometimes they might be generous, and we hope that they are. It helps us continue the project. But also, someone who wants the book, just cover the cost of printing. So much fun. And there goes, the desire for a break. Now I'm back pumped up and ready to go the extra 2.5 hours. All right, Krishna. We are putting in 375. If we do for 3 days, 372 for 3 days will get us the Lakshmi we need for 1 case of hardbound teachings of Queen Kunti. We don't have any pennies today, so we're rounding up 375. So at the end of the month, we can give ourselves a present, which then will turn into presents for 40 other people. 1, 2, 3. I really encourage you, whatever day this is you're watching with me, whatever day, if it's day 6 or day 10, whatever days that you're watching this, do this with me, because this would be really, really fun for you. That if you do it little by little, then when the month is over, you'll find you can get yourself a case of books. That's so much fun. Alrighty. Hare Krishna.